Don't miss these 11 early colon cancer signs, it could save you. Every year, thousands of people walk around with a ticking time bomb inside their bodies, colon cancer that goes undetected until it's too late. Colon cancer affects 1 in 23 people, but what if I told you that recognizing just a few subtle symptoms could make the difference between life and death? According to the American Cancer Society, over 150,000 new colon cancer cases will be diagnosed this year alone. More shockingly, about 52,500 people will die from this disease. But here's the critical insight that could change everything. When caught in its earliest stages, the survival rate is an astounding 90%. I can already hear the skepticism. I'm too young, I'm healthy, it won't happen to me. These are the exact dangerous assumptions that have led countless people to ignore critical warning signs. Age is just one factor. Family history, lifestyle, ethnicity, and even diet play significant roles in colon cancer risk. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the 11 symptoms that everyone, regardless of age or health status, needs to know. This isn't just information, this could be the most important health lesson you'll ever watch. Let's break down these signs, starting with sign 1. Colon cancer can be subtle, but paying attention to your body's signals could save your life. Let's get started. Painful bowel movements. Painful bowel movements can sometimes be more than just a temporary problem. While many people think it's just a passing issue, it could be a sign that something bigger is happening inside the body. If you feel sharp pain during a bowel movement, like a stabbing or cutting sensation, or if there's a lingering, throbbing ache afterward, it's important to pay attention. The pain can be mild for some people, like a slight discomfort, but for others, it might feel severe and last a long time. This pain happens because of changes in how the colon or rectum is working. The colon, which helps move waste out of the body, can sometimes develop blockages, swelling, or irritation. When this happens, passing stool becomes harder, and that's when the pain starts. Sometimes, the stool itself can become harder and drier, which makes it even more difficult to pass. Although painful bowel movements might be caused by common issues like hemorrhoids or constipation, they can also be an early warning sign of something more serious, like colon cancer. Colon cancer can cause changes in the tissues of the rectum or colon, which might make it painful for waste to move through. If the pain doesn't go away after a few days, or if it happens often, it's important to see a doctor. A doctor can figure out if it's something small, like dehydration, or a lack of fiber, or if it's a bigger issue that needs immediate attention. According to a review in Surgery, a study looked at how young people under 50 show signs of colorectal cancer. The researchers wanted to find out what symptoms these young patients had and how long they had them before getting diagnosed. They found that many young patients reported symptoms like changes in their bowel habits, rectal bleeding, and abdominal pain. A lot of them had these symptoms for 3 months or longer before they were diagnosed. This is important because it shows that if someone has these symptoms, they should see a doctor quickly. Interestingly, patients who had symptoms for a longer time before being diagnosed tended to have better survival rates. This might mean that some cancers grow slowly, giving people more time to notice the symptoms. Knowing this information can help everyone take better care of their health. If you or someone you know has symptoms like painful bowel movements when you go to the bathroom, it's important to talk to a doctor. Blood in the stool. Blood in the stool or rectal bleeding is one of the most important signs that something could be wrong, and it should never be ignored. While it can sometimes be caused by less serious issues like hemorrhoids or small tears in the anus, also known as anal fissures, it can also point to more serious problems happening inside the colon. When tumors or growths develop in the colon, they can press against blood vessels, causing them to break and bleed. This bleeding might mix with the stool as it passes through the digestive system, or it may appear on toilet paper or in the toilet bowl. The tricky part is that bleeding from the colon can sometimes be painless, so people might not think it's a big deal. However, even small amounts of blood, whether bright red or darker and tar-like, are a sign that something isn't working properly. It's also important to pay attention to how often this happens. Occasional bleeding can still be concerning, but if it keeps happening or seems to get worse, it's a signal to take action. Blood in the stool can sometimes be hard to spot, especially if the bleeding happens deep in the colon. This is why regular checkups and medical screenings are so important. Ignoring blood in the stool can allow bigger problems, like colon cancer, to grow unnoticed. A healthcare professional can run tests to figure out what's causing the bleeding and help you get the right treatment. Remember, blood in the stool isn't something to brush off, it's your body's way of letting you know something might need attention. Persistent abdominal pain. Persistent abdominal pain or cramps can be a warning sign that something serious is happening in the colon. While many people may think abdominal pain is simply due to indigestion, gas, or something they ate, ongoing or severe pain can signal a deeper problem. According to a review in BMC Gastroenterology, Researchers looked at 626 patients and found that many people with colon cancer often feel abdominal pain. This means if someone has a tummy ache that doesn't go away, it could be a sign to see a doctor. This type of pain can feel different for everyone. Some might experience a dull, constant ache that lingers throughout the day, while others may feel sharp, stabbing pains that come and go. The discomfort might get worse after eating or during bowel movements, which could indicate that something is interfering with how food or waste moves through the colon. In some cases, the pain might be accompanied by bloating, gas, or a heavy feeling of fullness, even if you have not eaten much. These symptoms occur because colon cancer can cause blockages or inflammation in the digestive tract. When a tumor grows, it can partially block the passage of waste, which puts pressure on the colon and surrounding organs. This pressure can lead to pain and cramps as the body struggles to push food and stool through. Over time, the discomfort might increase as the condition worsens. It's important not to brush off these symptoms as simple digestive issues. If the pain is persistent, severe, or does not improve with basic changes like eating lighter meals or drinking more water, it's time to see a doctor. Early detection is key with colon cancer, and investigating abdominal pain sooner rather than later could make a significant difference in treatment and recovery. Unexplained weight loss. Unexplained weight loss is another serious warning sign that shouldn't be overlooked. While many people might welcome weight loss if they aren't dieting or exercising more, losing weight without trying can signal a deeper health issue, including colon cancer. When cancer is present, it can disrupt how the body uses energy. Cancer cells often grow rapidly and require a lot of fuel to survive, which causes your body to burn calories at a faster rate than normal. This process can happen quietly, even when you are eating the same amount of food and following your usual routine. The weight loss linked to colon cancer is usually gradual at first, but it becomes more noticeable over time. People might drop pounds without understanding why, even if their appetite remains unchanged. Alongside weight loss, many people experience constant fatigue. This happens because the body is working harder to keep up with the energy demands of both cancer cells and its normal functions. The result is not just physical exhaustion, but a deep sense of tiredness that doesn't go away, no matter how much rest you get. According to a review in Molecular and Clinical Oncology, a study looked at how losing weight without trying can affect people with colon cancer. The researchers studied 2,406 patients who had colon cancer but no spread of the disease. They found that losing more than 5% of body weight in the last 6-12 months was linked to more serious tumors. Patients who lost weight were more likely to have larger tumors and tumors on the right side of the colon. The study shows that if someone with colon cancer is losing weight without trying, it could be a sign that their cancer is more serious. This information is important because it can help doctors understand how to treat their patients better. Unexplained weight loss and fatigue can take a toll on both the body and the mind. Losing weight unexpectedly may make you feel weaker, lower your energy levels, and impact your daily activities. Emotionally, it can create stress and worry, especially when the cause is unclear. If you notice your weight dropping without a clear reason, it's important to talk to a doctor as soon as possible. Unexplained anemia. Unexplained anemia, or low red blood cell levels, can be an early warning sign of colon cancer. Colon cancer can cause slow, hidden bleeding inside the digestive system. This bleeding happens so gradually that you might not see any blood in your stool. Over time, the blood loss lowers the amount of iron in your body. Iron is needed to make hemoglobin, which is what helps red blood cells carry oxygen. Without enough oxygen, your body starts to feel weak and tired. The symptoms of anemia may seem small at first. You might feel very tired all the time, even after resting. Your skin may look pale, and you could feel dizzy or lightheaded, especially when standing up. Some people feel short of breath when walking or doing simple activities. Cold hands and feet are also common because the blood is not carrying enough oxygen to the body. These symptoms can happen slowly, so many people think it's just part of getting older, being stressed, or not sleeping enough. Where the cancer is in the colon can make a difference, too. If the bleeding happens in the right side of the colon, the blood often mixes with waste, so it's not easy to see. This is why people may not notice anything unusual. If the bleeding happens on the left side of the colon, the blood might be brighter and easier to spot. In both cases, the bleeding is slow and builds up over time, leading to anemia. If blood tests show that you have anemia and there's no clear reason for it, like a poor diet or heavy periods, doctors may want to check for hidden bleeding. They might use a test called a fecal occult blood test to look for blood in your stool that you cannot see. In some cases, they may do a colonoscopy to look inside the colon for tumors or polyps. It's important to pay attention to these symptoms and not ignore them. Feeling unusually tired, dizzy, or short of breath might seem like small problems, but they could be signs of something more serious. Getting checked early can help doctors find colon cancer sooner when it's easier to treat. A simple blood test can be the first step to protecting your health. Fatigue and weakness. Fatigue and weakness are common but often overlooked symptoms of colon cancer. Unlike the typical tiredness that comes after a busy day or a lack of sleep, this type of exhaustion feels relentless and does not improve, no matter how much you rest. It's as though your energy is being drained from you, leaving you feeling unusually weak and unable to keep up with your normal daily activities. This happens because cancer places significant stress on the body. As the tumor grows, the body has to work harder to fight it. Cancer cells use up a lot of the body's energy resources, leaving less for normal functions. Additionally, colon cancer can sometimes cause slow internal bleeding, which reduces red blood cell levels and leads to anemia. Anemia deprives your body of oxygen, which is needed to produce energy, making you feel even more tired and weak. This kind of fatigue can be frustrating because it often has no clear cause. You may feel too tired to do simple tasks like walking up the stairs, cooking a meal, or even getting out of bed. Over time, the constant feeling of exhaustion can impact your mood, making you feel emotionally drained as well. If you notice that fatigue is interfering with your daily life and it persists for weeks, especially if it occurs alongside other symptoms like pain, changes in bowel habits, or weight loss, it's important to take action. Fatigue is your body's way of telling you something is wrong, and it's not something to dismiss. A healthcare professional can determine the cause and help you get the answers and care you need. Nausea and vomiting. Nausea and vomiting can be important warning signs that something is wrong within the digestive system, especially if they persist over time. According to a study in Clinical Evidence, up to 40% to 70% of people with colon cancer experience nausea and vomiting. These symptoms often occur when a growing tumor creates a blockage in the intestines. This blockage disrupts the normal movement of food and waste, causing pressure to build up in the digestive tract. As a result, the body may react by triggering nausea or vomiting to relieve the discomfort. These symptoms are often accompanied by other signs like abdominal pain, bloating, or changes in bowel movements, which point to an underlying issue that needs attention. When a blockage occurs, food cannot pass through the intestines as it normally would. This not only causes discomfort but can also lead to further complications, such as severe constipation, dehydration, or nutritional deficiencies. The nausea and vomiting may worsen after eating, as the digestive system struggles to process food. This cycle can make eating feel unpleasant and may even lead to unintended weight loss over time. If nausea, vomiting, or any other symptoms persist, it's essential to see a healthcare professional for further evaluation. Even if the symptoms turn out to be caused by something less serious, early testing can provide peace of mind. Palpable mass or lump in the abdomen. A palpable mass or lump in the abdomen can be a concerning sign that should not be ignored. In some cases of colon cancer, as a tumor grows larger, it can create a noticeable lump or swelling that you might be able to feel with your hands. This lump often feels firm or solid, and it may appear in specific areas of the abdomen where the colon is located. It might not cause pain at first, but as the tumor grows, it can press against other organs or tissues, leading to discomfort or a sensation of fullness. The lump may become more noticeable in certain positions, such as when lying flat on your back, or during physical activities like bending, stretching, or even walking. Sometimes people may notice an unexplained change in the shape or size of their abdomen, such as swelling, unevenness, or a bulge that was not there before. This change could be a sign that something is growing inside the digestive tract and needs immediate medical attention. The presence of a lump can occur when colon cancer has advanced and started to form a tumor large enough to be detected externally. However, not all lumps are directly painful, which can make them easy to dismiss, especially if there are no other symptoms. It is important to understand that tumors can grow silently for some time, and discovering a mass is a late-stage indicator in many cases. If you detect a lump in your abdomen or notice unusual swelling, even if it does not hurt, it's critical to consult a healthcare professional right away. A doctor can perform tests like imaging scans, ultrasounds, or physical examinations to determine the cause of the lump and provide an accurate diagnosis. Catching issues early, especially in the case of colon cancer, is key to improving outcomes. Paying attention to changes in your body, even subtle ones, can help ensure that any serious concerns are addressed quickly. Difficulty controlling bowel movements. Difficulty controlling bowel movements, also known as fecal incontinence, can be a concerning symptom that may point to colon cancer, especially if it's new or occurs alongside other warning signs. This happens when tumors in the colon or rectum grow large enough to press against the nerves or muscles that help regulate bowel movements. The colon and rectum play a key role in storing and controlling the release of stool, but when their function is disrupted, it can cause sudden urgency or an inability to hold in waste. Fecal incontinence can show up in different ways. Some people might struggle with small, unexpected leaks, while others may experience an intense and sudden need to go to the bathroom that's difficult to control. This symptom can be unpredictable and may worsen over time as the tumor grows or causes more pressure within the digestive system. The reason this happens lies in the structure of the colon and rectum. When a tumor develops, it can interfere with the normal communication between the brain, nerves, and muscles that control bowel function. This disruption can weaken the muscles responsible for holding stool in place, or it can signal a false sense of urgency, making it harder to plan or delay trips to the bathroom. While occasional accidents can happen to anyone, persistent difficulty controlling bowel movements, especially when paired with other symptoms, like blood in the stool, changes in bowel habits, or abdominal pain, is a clear sign that something may be wrong. It's important not to dismiss this symptom as an embarrassing or minor issue. It could be your body's way of alerting you to a more serious underlying problem. If you experience sudden urgency, frequent accidents, or loss of control over bowel movements, it's essential to consult with a healthcare professional as soon as possible. Early evaluation can help determine the cause of these symptoms and, if needed, allow for early detection and treatment of colon cancer. Taking action quickly can improve outcomes and provide the care and support needed to manage this condition effectively. Persistent gas. Increased or persistent gas, especially when combined with bloating or abdominal discomfort, can sometimes point to an issue in the colon, including colon cancer. While gas and bloating are common after eating certain foods or during digestion, excessive or long-lasting gas could signal that something more serious is happening within the digestive system. In cases of colon cancer, tumors growing in the colon can partially block the normal passage of waste and gas. This obstruction causes gas to build up in the intestines, leading to feelings of pressure, swelling, and discomfort. You might notice that the bloating does not go away even after passing gas or having a bowel movement. The gas can become excessive or more frequent, sometimes accompanied by abdominal cramps or a tight, full sensation. What makes this symptom more concerning is when it occurs alongside other changes, such as irregular bowel habits, unexplained weight loss, or blood in the stool. For example, you might experience constipation or diarrhea along with gas, as the tumor disrupts the normal movement of stool through the colon. In some cases, the gas may worsen over time, lasting for weeks or even months without improvement, despite changes to diet or lifestyle. It's important to recognize that while occasional gas is normal, persistent or excessive gas paired with bloating and other digestive issues could be a sign of a more significant underlying problem. Ignoring these symptoms can allow conditions like colon cancer to progress unnoticed. If you find yourself experiencing ongoing gas, bloating, or discomfort that does not improve, it's essential to see a healthcare professional. A doctor can evaluate your symptoms, perform tests like imaging scans or a colonoscopy, and determine the cause. Identifying the issue early is critical for effective treatment and improving outcomes, so paying attention to what your body is telling you can make all the difference. Unexplained skin changes. Colon cancer can sometimes lead to noticeable changes in the skin, such as yellowing, a condition known as jaundice. Jaundice occurs when a substance called bilirubin builds up in the bloodstream. Bilirubin is a yellow pigment created when the body breaks down old red blood cells. Normally, the liver processes bilirubin and sends it out of the body through bile, which flows into the digestive system. However, when something disrupts this process like cancer spreading to the liver, or blocking the bile ducts, bilirubin begins to accumulate, causing the skin and the whites of the eyes to turn yellow. According to a study in the Journal of Gastrointestinal Surgery, a study examined how jaundice can be a sign of colon cancer that has spread to the liver. The liver is essential for filtering toxins, breaking down nutrients, and processing waste. If tumors grow in the liver or block the bile ducts, they prevent bile from flowing properly, which leads to jaundice. Along with yellowing skin and eyes, you may also notice other signs, such as dark urine, pale or clay-colored stools, and intense itching of the skin. The itching happens because bilirubin can irritate nerve endings under the skin. These changes in skin color may occur alongside other symptoms, such as unexplained weight loss, fatigue, abdominal pain, or swelling in the upper right side of the abdomen where the liver is located. If jaundice appears suddenly, it is a clear signal that something is wrong and needs immediate medical attention. While jaundice can be caused by other conditions, such as gallstones, hepatitis, or liver disease, its connection to cancer, particularly advanced colon cancer, makes it essential to investigate right away. Early evaluation can help determine whether the liver or bile ducts are being affected, and allow healthcare providers to offer the appropriate treatment. Acting quickly can lead to earlier diagnosis and better management of the condition, improving both quality of life and treatment options.